It was a mighty king, and the king had a lot of power. The king had a wife, and the king had a lot of concubines. So the mighty king had a woman pregnant, and his like a side woman, like a mistress, and his subjects told him about it. They found out the woman was pregnant, and then they told him about it. So the mighty king eventually came to the lady and asked her, was she pregnant? And then they said, yeah. He stabbed the lady and killed her. He stuck his sword through her stomach and killed her and the baby. And he said, my wife cannot find out about this. So then he went back to his kingdom and kept doing what he doing. Then another time, a lady from the village seen the king walking through the town with his subjects, and she was like, oh, mighty king, I'm hungry. I need food. Please feed me and my family. We need sustenance. He was like, you peasant, get away from me. He rejected her. Then the mighty king one day seen an old man. And an old man, it was a bunch of horses like running fast across the like the road or whatever in the town. And the mighty king seen the old man, and he didn't help the old man across the path where all the horses was running by fast at, like they little traffic way or whatever, where they do all they trade and commerce and they business. So he didn't help the old man, and then the old man got trampled by the horses, and the old man died. The king had the power to stop the horses. Him and his subjects could have stopped the horses to let the old man by. So anyway, eventually a big giant war. It didn't have nothing to do with the old man, and that a big giant war took place because they was trying to it was another king challenging that evil king and trying to take his kingdom from him. So to make a long story short, the evil king, the mighty evil king, he got killed in the war. He got stabbed in the war. They beheaded him. They chopped his head off or whatever. And he was transcending to the next dimension. So as he got to the next dimension, it's like he woke up, he seen everything was dark. Like, what the fuck going on? Then the lights turned on. And they said, you in limbo. You gotta see the judge. So when the king go to see the judge, he said, why am I here? He said, oh, you died in the war. You was beheaded. Your head was chopped off. He said, but now we trying to decide if we gonna send you to heaven or we gonna send you to hell. He like, oh, well, I was a good king to my people. I should be able to go to heaven. And then they was like, not necessarily, because your bad deeds outweigh your good deeds. He like, how? I didn't oppress my people, whatever. They said you rejected God 3 times. He like, I rejected God? Like, I'm a faithful Christian king. They said, remember the lady that was pregnant? He said, yeah. My mistress, I didn't want my wife to find out I love my wife. I didn't want you to lose my family. They was like, yeah, you stabbed that woman in the stomach and you killed her and you killed the boy. She was having a boy. That boy in her stomach was one of our future prophets. So you tried to alter God's plan. Then they said, you see the old lady that asked you for money for her and her family? You rejected her. That was one of God's most faithful servants, asking you for sustenance and help. He provided you with wealth, and you didn't provide his servants with any help. And then he said, you remember the old man that was trying to cross the road? He said, yeah, I remember the old man. He said, you could have stopped the horses and helped the old man go by. He like, but the horses was moving fast. He said, you the king. You and your subjects had the power to stop it. And you didn't. You let the old man get trampled and died. That old man was one of God's most faithful servants also. So you rejected God 3 times. You're not worthy to go to heaven. He cast the king down to hell, and the king burnt eternally, right? So the message behind that is this. We never know who's who. We don't know who's a part of who's a part of divine destiny, the divine order or whatever. So we got to be careful how we treat people and people that come our way, because the same people that might come our way, we might be rejecting God's message or your higher power, your higher energy. You might be rejecting your higher energy from sending you blessings because you probably asked for something. Oh, give me give me more time on earth, or please, help me get a better job to pay my rent, whatever may it be, right? You may be asking God or your higher energy for something. So he said, all right, my servant want this. I'm gonna send somebody to this guy to see if he's worthy of my blessings. I'm gonna send some of my worthy servants to him to see if he's worthy of my blessings. And when you don't bless them people, now you block your blessings. So you never know who's who. We should always treat everybody nice and treat everybody with respect. And we should always try to be helpful. Because when we help others, we also helping ourselves. We contributing to society, we building blessings, and we strengthening our good character. Iron, intelligence, rule over negative nonsense, warlord, wisdom and righteousness is law over reckless decisions. Stay up like a cup, I holler back on my collar crack, we get up like sit-ups.